I'm Liav Caspi, co-founder and CTO of Legit Security. We're happy to release the 2025 State of Application Risk Report. This is a report we put together based on our assessment of a lot of enterprise software factories done over the last 18 months. We found that 78% of organizations have duplicate SCA findings and 39% have duplicate SAST findings. What that means is, in the era where there's a lot of security tool set, all these tool set do multiple things and scan multiple types of risks, there's a lot of overlap. This is very high numbers. These duplicates create duplicate findings. Each finding is a unit of work. They can give contradictory remediation advice. They can confuse teams. They bloat up the numbers of real risk that's in. And organizations are actually spending duplicate sums of money on tools that actually doing the same thing. We found that all organizations, each one of the software factories we looked at, has exposed secrets that are high on critical severity in their software supply chain. What's more interesting is that 36% of the secrets we find don't come from source code. They come from external sources like ticketing systems, documentation pages, build logs, artifacts. Secrets seems like a problem that's only for developers in source code, but if you check other systems that people in the organization interact with, you're going to find a lot of secrets. And this is something we see that's not the focus of a lot of organizations today. 71% of the orgs we looked at use AI models in their source code, so they build application with AI. And then 46% of the organizations have some risky misconfigurations, so they're using AI in an unsafe way. One example is they are not configuring it securely, for example, for prompt injection, or they are using a low reputable model that in some scenarios can actually do harm and be malicious. Pipeline or CI/CD misconfigurations is a big problem. We see it almost everywhere, and it's a problem that we also see getting exploited almost on a weekly basis. 28% of the organizations or the pipelines we look at have public repos that are misconfigured. All the incidents you heard about, like XC or Ultralytics, were a public repository that was misconfigured and got malicious contribution. There's 10% of the pipelines that are misconfigured and deploy software constantly to the cloud. Another thing we're looking at, which is interesting, is a combination where multiple misconfigurations create a bigger problem. For example, if you have external collaborators, which means you're using external workforce or contractors to write code, and you give them access to your pipelines and have them misconfigured, they can, for example, steal code or inject malicious contributions. These two together exist in 25% of the organization we looked at. If you want to see more details, get the full report in the URL shown below.